So, I went to 66 Books for the first time today, and I thought I'd share my review on it and kind of like what it's about, and just in case you have any questions of is it worth it, what do they kind of do, So first of all, 66 Books is a warehouse that kind of stocks books for the lower than retail price, 70% off, okay? So say a book's £10, they'll have it in there for £3, okay? They sell toys, games, blah blah blah. I saw some Funko Pops in there, I saw some diamond painting sets in there, I saw notebooks in there, I saw art, blah blah blah, all that stuff. They have it all, okay? They're like a big warehouse. It's huge in there. 2 floors, 3 bathrooms, 2 ladies, 1 men's downstairs, blah blah blah. Let's talk about the queues. What are the queues like? It depends what time you get there, really. I got there about 10 to 10, got into the warehouse by about 11:30, 25 to 12, that's how long I waited. So yeah, what are the queues like? So you queue up, there's like silver gates on each side of the car park, and we queued outside of those because that's how long the queue was when we got there. It was like outside of the gates. But once you got through the gates, on your left there was a coffee truck trailer kind of thing. £8.75 for a Kinder Bueno crepe. It was a little on the expensive side, I'm not gonna lie, but it was like, if you need it, it's there kind of thing, and I enjoyed that. So yeah, when you get further down the queue, oh, by the way, the queue goes like this, so like that. When you get down the queue a bit more past the coffee shop trailer, there's like a black tent, you go through that, there's like another black tent, you go through that, and then you come to this white tent kind of. On your left there will be a board. If you've never gone before, scan the QR code that is on the board with your phone, and then sign up. It will basically ask you for your last name, your postcode, blah blah blah, and then you put that all in, and then you put your email in. It will go to your email, click on the link, and it will give you a QR code basically stating to show this at checkout, and they'll scan it, So what is the actual warehouse like? When we got to the end of the queue, there was a man who basically explained to us a bit what to do, how to be respectful, blah blah blah. He told us don't lose anything, the books aren't arranged, there's a bit of everything everywhere. Told us about the membership and blah blah blah. Yeah, I just want to give a quick thing. If you're in a wheelchair or you're like a little bit less mobile, if you have a mobility scooter or like a walker, it's probably best if you just don't go, to be real. It's so tight in there, and I don't actually think there's a lift, let alone this thing is 2 floors. The stairs are very narrow, everything is very narrow, okay? So if you kind of struggle a bit to get around, I would recommend having someone else go for you, because it's very tight, everyone was squeezing, like it was hard to just walk in there in general. I think there was like a lot of times where I was just kind of like squeezing past so many people. So yeah, everyone in there today thankfully was so respectful. Like, there was a girl there who had travelled from Denmark to go to 66 Books today. She even calculated how many books could fit in her suitcase. 32, by the way. I'm so glad she told me, because I was like so curious. But 32 books she could take home with her before she had to pay for like the extra weight thing. So girlie, I hope you got your 32 books. If you end up seeing this, I hope you got your 32 books, okay? So how much are the books? Everything goes for 70% less than retail price. So if a book's £10, it's going to be £3 there. you get the, everything 70% off basically, which is quite good, One thing that I will say is you kind of do have to scour the whole warehouse to be able to fully get a look at every genre. So upstairs there was a lot of adult fiction slash children's books slash games slash toys, and downstairs there was a lot of thrillers and gardening books and cooking books and more adult fiction and more children's books. Yeah, there was just a bit of everything everywhere. So if you are looking for like specific books, you're gonna have to search the whole place, like the whole thing, to be able to even look, because everything was so mismatched, and you do get warned about it before going in. But for someone like me who has like leg problems, it's harder to navigate things like that. Like there was literally Lucy Score books, Punk 57, thriller books on upstairs, but then downstairs I found more romance books from Mia Sheridan, and then blah blah blah, So it was a bit of everything everywhere. So you do have to go throughout the whole thing. You do have to look everywhere. So yeah. Another thing, if you went looking for like Wildcard by Elsie Silver, or like Oink Storm, or Love Arranged, you ain't gonna find any of those in there, girl, okay? They didn't have very many book talk books. They didn't have very many books that I kind of recognised. I did have a list, and I couldn't see any Frida McFadden books. I couldn't see any of those. Again, in the future, I'll probably go again, in hopes that I find some different things. But yeah, now let's get to paying. So, when you get to the checkout, you have to scan the QR code that you put from the board earlier. So you scan that, and you have to pay £2 for a membership. And then once you paid that, you basically, my original price for my books was £387.94. I paid £93 something. Okay, so good deal. Let's get straight to the question. Is it worth it? Yeah, I would say yeah. I would say it's worth it. If you like a bunch of genres, it's going to be so amazing for you. Whereas if you just tend to stick to one genre, I wouldn't say it was worth it for you, okay? Because there wasn't a lot of just one genre. There was everything. Everything was there for everyone. For me, it was worth it, and I hope that if you guys go, it's worth it for you too, because I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. But yeah, for me, it was worth it. I'm glad to be able to say that I've gone to 66 books and I loved it. But yeah,